Tony D and Little Joan, the screenwriter's rant on I Love You Forever. A movie about relationships written by, I think, Diablo Cody. Um, so, about a girl who finally gets her wish for a guy who will pay attention to her, but then he pays too much attention to her. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 16. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Now, you might think this is a stalker movie, but it's not presented that way. It's kind of presented like almost like a Gen Z comedy kind of deal. It's very light. She's looking for a guy and then meets a great guy. Sharp observational humor, a fresh take on toxic relationship. And then the music. Again, it's all about the music. It's not. Oh, it's producer Diablo Cody's writer of Jennifer's Body and Juno. So she didn't write it. Okay. But there's funny moments in this, but it's also kind of dark. Written and directed by Kazi David and Eliza Kalani. Weird. At least I can read them. I'll say this: I don't like the way you've put out these credits in the logo, but I can read them. So there you go. They're hard to read. I would have to read them all the way through to figure out. Let's see, where are the EPs? I assume Diablo Cody's one. Yeah, there she is. So I guess it's meant to be a comedy. It doesn't feel like a comedy when you got a guy texting her nonstop. And again, like, it's all in the presentation in the movie, Sometimes I say stuff on this channel and people think, oh, well, you're an idiot or whatever, because they think I'm talking about real life. No, I'm talking about movies. So you only have 90 minutes to 2 hours in a movie to present things. So everything you present has to be relevant. And there are optics in a movie. So the opening of this trailer has her sleeping with some dude, and he's not really all that into her. That is not great optics for the female lead, in my view, if you're trying to put together a romance movie, right? Unless a lot of time passes between that scene and then the scenes with her new boyfriend. And I think it does, but I'm not sure. You kind of want a lot of separation between her sleeping with other guys, because you want to set up a character, not that she's chaste, but that she's picky, right? That she's picky, that she's not making a lot of stupid mistakes. That this choice she makes, and he turns out to be a bit of a nut, is a decent choice, at least on its surface. So she's really into him, but he's annoying because he's insecure. Okay. And she kind of can't break up with him. It's a sort of situation. Which, sure, there's a way to present that, but the movie's not presenting it in a way that feels like a comedy. Like, a comedy has uplifting music, not the sort of light, kind of saddish music that they're playing in this. The next thing is, you present it like a comedy. Like, comedy is like boom, 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 joke, joke, joke. Here's the setup, joke, 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 joke. But they're kind of not doing that. So you've got a sort of comedy that's grounded in reality about relationships from the perspective of this woman. But you want, I think, a slightly better setup than this. You want a character who maybe wants to have a family, or, and they set up some of it. I'm not knocking the entire thing. I don't think it's the worst trailer I ever saw or anything, but if it's going to be a comedy, like, lean into the comedy. Do it as a comedy. If it's going to be a more realistic portrayal of a toxic relationship, that's really more of a drama. It's really more of a drama. And again, you run the risk, and this always happens in a dramedy, as they call it, where the drama undermines the comedy and the comedy undermines the drama. And you're just mixing both and hoping for the best, and it makes it all very uneven. Because at the very end of this trailer, it's kind of a funny bit where her roommate is like, oh my god, my roommate's having loud sex in the next room. It's kind of funny. It's a funny situation. So if that's the ending of this trailer, and you want to leave people with the impression that this is funny, then you want to present it as a comedy. And you want more of that. Instead, we've got a mixture of the initial setup seems to be relatively neutral. Could go romance, could go rom-com, could go comedy. Then it gets into her new beau, who's really into her, and it kind of gets dark, because that's what we're used to in movies, right? You're used to, you know, when you talk about a toxic relationship in a movie, usually it gets pretty dark. Okay? So if this is getting dark, you don't want comedy. But if it's not that dark, you want to kind of back off of it by showing the male character is, yeah, he's really insecure and he's being an idiot, but he's not a danger. Because nobody knows this universe, right? Nobody knows what it is. So if he's not a dark guy, and it's really just, he's really annoying, he's really insecure, she can't leave him, it causes a bunch of problems, that's really kind of more of a drama. It could be a comedy, but you want to kind of defang it because of all the movies we have seen and all the trailers we have seen of a movie in which a guy gets into an obsession with a girl and then he stalks her and then tries to kill her. Because that's the kind of movie this could be. And that's what it doesn't come off that way. I'm not trying to say that's the way it comes off. It could have. You could re-edit it and easily make that thing, but you know, it's got the title, it's got some of those elements. And when you have those optics all mishmashed around, you kind of don't know what to expect from this movie. Now, is that what they want? Maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want a surprising movie that, oh, you don't know what's going to happen in this thing. I guess, but those movies are, in my mind, wide apart, right? You got comedy, you got stalker movie, you got rom-com, you got romance, you got drama. It's like all these different things. I only want to see probably one of those movies, maybe two. So when you throw out all those elements and I don't know what this is, and I see some of the elements I want to see, but not all the elements, I feel like you're trying to do too much in a movie. And it turns me off. The elements that I want to see make me want to see the movie, and the elements I don't want to see make me go, no. So that's my analysis. Anyhow, first act, she's having trouble with guys, can't meet a great guy, complains to her friends, and one day she meets a new guy. And it's really refreshing because he's really into her, and her previous boyfriends just bang her and leave her, I guess. But in a short time, he becomes annoying, constantly texting, demanding things that are inappropriate, like more attention, like she can't give him enough attention, and he eventually wears her down, and probably in the third act she's forced to break up with him, I'm gonna say. And here's the roommate. So, tangible outlet for people to say and point, I experienced this, and for that we love the film forever. IndieWire. Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying these relationships don't exist. They absolutely do. You can see how tired she looks. That's kind of funny. I'm liking that. I would like to see a comedy movie in which a situation like this was funny. But I'm not sure that this is that movie. I think it might be funny for parts, and then when you go into drama, I'm going to be like, why not more funny? So it's kind of like, you know, you make a box of cookies and you say, oh, it's an assorted box. It's got all the flavors. Yeah, what's going to happen is everybody's going to eat the chocolate chips and the cookies with the icing and all the good cookies, and then you're going to be left with like 6 or 7 oatmeal cookies nobody wants with raisins in them. That's kind of what I see this movie as. So, well, I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. Let's read the write-up. No write-up. Go to IMDb. Called I Love You Forever. It's like, even that sounds dark and disturbing these days. A subversive romantic comedy gone wrong that follows a young woman into and out of an emotionally abusive relationship. How can that be a comedy at all if it's abusive? Like, you use the term abusive. Even that gives me mixed vibes. Like, am I supposed to hate this movie? Am I supposed to say, oh my God, that asshole, he totally ruined her? Or am I supposed to go, oh, he's just a wacky guy? Like, comedy drama. At least you made it 90 minutes. So you kept it short. So anyway, I don't know. I think it's off my list. Anyhow, that's it for me. Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on the green site, the black site, and the orange site for more videos. I will be at it's called Groundhogzilla, I Heart Horror Part 3 in Sayreville, New Jersey. If you type in I Heart Horror and Sayreville, New Jersey, it'll come up. It starts at 11 a.m., goes to 7:30. There's going to be all kinds of crazy stuff there, a zombie wedding, a punk band, various vendors, horror, and cryptids. Hope to see you there. We'll see you tomorrow.